Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today. Gosh, I can't speak. So I am going to bring you my swaps. So I have been busy making swaps because it is a Pootler team retreat this weekend. And so it's a small gathering and yeah, and we're doing swaps. So I made these little gift packages, and inside is a little bar of chocolate. It does have a sleeve on it. So the Christmas chocolates, still in date, but I acquired loads of them. So I was away at Easter and one of my friends bought a great big box of these. I took 40 and it didn't even dent the box. There must have been hundreds of these. So I went, oh, I'll have them for my swaps. At the time, I had no idea how many people would come in. So I took 40 just to be on the safe side. And I don't need them all. So they're going to be my customer thank yous as well. And I'm going to show you how I made them. And the one I'm making today with you is going to be sent out to a team, one of my team who has just promoted to Bronze Elite. So that's fabulous. So along with her little well done gift, I'm going to pop in one of these. So I'm using this beautiful paper from Simply Elegant. Not sure if this is still available because it is retiring very, very soon. But although it's not bronze, it's sort of copper, I thought this would be quite nice. And yeah, that's why I'm using it. So it is 3 3/8 by 3 5/8. So you can get can't do me maths. 4, 8, 12, 3, 9 out of a 12 by 12 sheet. So it was really good. I was able to use up sort of papers that are going to be retiring. So that was quite cool because although we use current products when we do swaps, these things are still current. So yeah, that's why I did. Now, these chocolate bars measure 2 3/8 that way. They're 1/4 inch deep and they are 1 7/16 that way. But with my clever scoring, you won't need to do a 16th. However, if you don't have chocolate bars this size, it's not going to be much help, but it might give you an idea and you can maybe resize them. These are from Dorchester, the House of Dorchester. My friend lives in Dorchester. That's in Dorset. And yeah, so this is the long side, and it's the long side that has the 16th, but we don't need to worry about that because what we do on the one side, we score at an inch rather, and 1 1/4 inches, and then we twizzle it 180 degrees, and on this side we'll score at 3/4 and 1 inch. And then that little bit there between those two score lines is the bit with the 16th in, so we don't have to worry. And then on the short side, we're scoring at 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 3 1/8. That is scoring done. Quite a quick little project. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I probably started this process at about 11 o'clock this morning, maybe. And I designed it, worked out all the measurements, made my prototype, made a second prototype because I had to alter a few things, and then started making. I've obviously had a break for lunch and a few other little things that I've done in between time. So yeah, a lovely day actually. I've caught up on a few YouTube videos because I was away at Easter, and now I'm watching something new on Netflix. So that's that. So now we're going to do some snipping. I am going to get my glasses to check. So on this bit here with just the one score line, we're going to cut up all of this. It's going to be hard to see because it's black on the inside, but we're going to cut up all of these score lines like so, and then on that little square there, we're just going to notch a tad, just a little bit there. When I did all of them, I did all the score, I cut them all out, so I had all my little rectangles, did all the scoring in one direction, then all the scoring in the other direction, and then all the burnishing, and then all the cutting, and you know, so I did it that way. So here we have 2 score lines. So you're going to cut up the lines, all the lines to the second score line. So cut them all up to the second score line. Then on this outside section here, we want to cut these 2 rectangles off, but we're gonna slightly taper or notch. Take that off like so, and then we can take off that extra bit there. So we do the same on the other side, just taper up to there and take that end off like so. So that is the shape you're ending up with. So we're then just gonna, these little square bits here, we're just gonna notch them so that they fold in a little easier. This is the closure at the top. You could make this sort of closure at both ends, but I decided to glue the bottom just in case. I'll save a little bit of paper, and just in case they fell out, although I don't think they would. So to make this easier to close, I'm going to round the corner. I want a small corner rounder, so I am using a retired punch here to do this, because I want it to be a small, because it's such a small box. Okay, so that's it done. So then I take, it's easier to make it round your box. So we tapered those down a bit, so you've got a little bit of a thumb hole there. So what I do is I'm taking a bit of Tombow that I have in my little bottle, and I'm just going, I'm going to put my glasses back on, and I'm just going down here. I think my eyesight's getting worse. Just go down here and down here. So I'm doing the outsides of both. I have managed to get a bit on the chocolate bar. Don't really want that, because I don't really want it to stick to that. I'm going to take my little glue spreader . Flatten that down like so. I put rather a lot on there, more than I did on my practice ones, which is just typical. So stick that down, then that can fold over. I have to move my bar up a little bit. There we go. So you've got your chocolate bar that you're leaning against. Blob of glue at each end. I like to sandwich my flaps. Not that it really makes a difference, I don't think, on this project. and then I'm going to put a bit of glue along the edge there. Spread that along. Like so. Hold it in place for a sec. And then we just fold those top flaps in, and then this will tuck in there like so. And you've got a little bit of a thumb notch there that you've got through slanting like so. And that's the reason why those score lines were different size. One was 1 1/4 inch and 1 inch, and one was 1 inch and 3/4 of an inch, so that there was an overlap, but it was more or less the seam goes down the middle. Okay, so that's that. So now we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and I've taken the sentiment just for you here from Ranunculus Romance, and I'm gonna do this on cream card this time. I think cream goes nice with the copper. I'm going to heat emboss with copper for this, and making it a little bit special. It is a special moment when you have a promotion with Stampin' Up. There we go. I did manage to discolour that, but it's fine. It actually means you can see it better. So then I'm going to get my bronze embossing powder. It's not bronze, it's copper. And shake it. So yeah, so when you promote Bronze Elite, you earn an extra 5% commission on sales, which is fabulous. Or an extra 5% discount if you're a hobby demo. So it goes up from 20% to 25%. Not to be sneezed at. So I am going to get my heat gun and melt that. So noise come in. So that's that. I'm using the double oval punch. Love this, so quick when you're making lots and lots of scraps. So these are all my offcuts of copper, and you can usually find there. Perfect. Yes, so I didn't want to do anything with die cutting. I've made swaps before that require die cutting, and it is actually a lot of hard work. Whereas a punch is much simpler. And then I'm gonna, when I was doing the bulk one, what I did was a cut cardstock 1 inch wide, a length, and then I just stamped the sentiment multiple times, which made it a much quicker process. And so that's going to go on there like that. That'll be lovely. So put this on there. Mats really nicely. I'm going to just put a block on there. Oh, managed to move it. I wanted to do it. There we are. So it didn't move. So that's that. So I'll just give that a few seconds. And I just glued these flat, but I might pop this one up on dimensionals actually, because it's for something extra special. Gonna do that. I just didn't fancy peeling off all these dimensionals. $20 million times. So there we go. When you're making it one off, you can throw all the bells and whistles at it. There we go. And then that fits nicely on top, and that is my little gift. So that is it done. Let's have a little look at some of the others. So some of these are going to be customer thank yous as well, because I have got oodles and oodles left. So I just used up lots and lots of scraps of DSP that I had, and I've got loads more chocolate bars to make. So hope that was hope you enjoyed that. You might have seen my swaps video by now of what I received, so you might have seen some of these. Other people might have done them, and yeah, so hope that's given you some idea of how to dress up something really simple and make it look really nice. All right then, all the details will be down below. You can certainly get the stamp set, and you can certainly get the punch and the embossing powder and the Versamark. I'm not sure about paper. I know a lot of this DSP is still on offer, I think. So it's worth checking out the Last Chance products, because you might get a bargain. All right then, bye for now. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe.